Now, if you were to look at greatness in the world's eyes, what does the world say that greatness is? Give me some feedback. What does the world say? Wealth. If you are to be great, you must have money. Is that correct? That's what the world says? Mightn't say it directly to your face, but that's what it infers. Anything else? What else? To be great in the world's eyes, what else? Fame, popular. Yep. Anything else? I heard some things, but I didn't hear what they were. Okay, sports champion. Yep, that's true. There's one up the back here, hand up. Did you have something? Famous. Yeah, that's right, famous. Let me just put a couple of pictures up, and I want you just to tell me if you see greatness in these people. Are you ready? An instant yeah up the front row. Okay, what else? Some might not think so. You can have divergent views. I'm not going to say you can or can't. They're great people, aren't they? Just great people. Would you say that? I think they're pretty cool. Yep. What about this one? Oh, he's got his tongue out. Who is he to start with? Does anyone know? You should know. Is anyone on Facebook? He's Mr. Facebook. He's got his tongue out. I think it's a bad shot, but that's him. That's Mark Zuckerberg. And he's developed a thing that we probably all have in our homes. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. Facebook. Is he great? Who knows? All right. Okay, you just don't know. What about this one? Who is this guy? Usain Bolt. Fastest man on earth. That we know of at least. Fastest man on earth. Is he great? No, we've got to know. Bad luck, buddy. You just missed out. Is he great? You can have a different view. I'm cool with that. He's pretty cool. I like at the end that he actually gives a fair bit of glory to God when he actually does race. And you see him pointing up there. All right, here's another one. Who's that? Don't see her on TV quite as much as we once did. But is she great? Nah, we got a no up the front row. Just a blunt no and a yes up the back. Yes, got a few that say yes. She's done some good things, hasn't she? She's done some good things. What about this person? Oh, sorry. That's pretty bad to put that picture up. Okay, let's move on. Oh, another one. Someone's poked his eyes out. I think he thinks he's great. Let's move on. Who is it? Who is it? Miley Cyrus, yeah. She thinks she's great. I think she's touring Australia at the moment. Sorry, Australia. Greatness. So what is greatness? What is greatness? Matthew chapter 20, and I want you just to follow as I read. Matthew chapter 20 says, Jesus called them together and said, "You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and the high officials exercise authority over them." Gives you a bit of a picture. There's this really horrible stuff happening. Not so with you. So Jesus is just saying right out there, not so with you guys who call yourselves Christians. Whoever wants to become great amongst you must be your servant. And whoever wants to be first must be your slave, just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. So I want you to have that verse in the back of your mind as we look at some of the concepts that are coming up. A broken heart. I want you to think about hearts. Broken hearts. In this concept, in this way, I want you to listen to this next portion of this song that I'm going to read, not sing. This is a song, Hosanna, that we've sung many, many times in churches around the country. It's heal my heart and make it clean. Open up my eyes to the things unseen. Show me how to love like you have loved me. There's a line that we've sung that we probably haven't thought about so much. Break my heart for what breaks yours. What is it that breaks God's heart? We've sung many times that song, break my heart for what breaks yours, but we probably haven't thought about what is it that breaks God's heart? I want to share with you 3 things. I can only find 3 things in the Bible that breaks God's heart. And if we can discover what those 3 things are, maybe, just maybe, they should break our heart as well as we move through life. And I want to share those 3 things with you. The first one is the lost. Lost people. I want you to think for a moment of people that you've had association with in your life in the churches that you have been a part of. Are there people, the friends that you knew that don't come anymore? That have turned their back on God? That have moved a different direction? Who are these lost people? As you walk down the street of Maruya, Bega, Bega, or wherever you live in this region, who are those lost people? Because those people break God's heart. I want to stick a picture up, and it's obviously silhouettes. We look at a picture of just general people who are lost. Well, we don't know by just looking at them, do we? But we do know in Luke that Jesus has a passion for lost people. If a man has 100 sheep and one of them gets lost, what will he do? Won't he leave the 99 others in the wilderness and go and search for the one who is lost until he finds it? And when he has found it, he will joyfully carry it home on his shoulders. And just note this, there is more joy in heaven over one lost sinner who repents and returns to God over 99 others who are righteous and haven't strayed away. God has joy for you guys, the 99. Imagine how much joy he has for that one lost sheep. Lost people. Lost people break God's heart. What do we do about it? What do I do about it? Do I walk past people in the street and not care less? Do I bump into people that used to be once connected to Christianity or my church and wave and keep walking? Lost people. Who are they? Point 1. Now the 3 things that breaks God's heart. Number 1 is lost people. Number 2 is sin, and sin in the world. I want you just to think about where the world's at the moment. Pretty messy, huh? Very messy. It's always been messy in my lifetime, but it's even messier, I think, when you see the stuff that's going on. You know, we see it put up that there's the 7 deadly sins, and who knows whether that's them or not. I don't know, don't really care. But I know that sin is pretty powerful in this planet, and it has an effect on my life and your life. Sin breaks God's heart. And it broke God's heart right from the start, from Genesis chapter 6. I mean, evil comes into this earth in Genesis chapter 3. So right up front, we see evil coming as the devil tricks Eve and Adam into sin. And then just a few verses later, chapter 6, the Lord observed the extent of human wickedness on the earth. And he saw everything that he thought and imagined was consistently and totally evil. Can you picture that? This is like no time after creation. The planet is just imploded with sin. The Lord was sorry he had ever made them and put them on the earth, and it broke his heart. It directly says in the scriptures that what he saw on planet earth broke his heart. Sin. What is it that breaks God's heart? 1, lost people, and they're all around us. Number 2, sin. Sin in the world and sin in our own lives. Mine and yours. I want to put this little video clip up. And it's, I suppose, just a snapshot of what we see on planet Earth. It's not too graphic. This first picture, I suppose, is the most graphic. That's actually a trailer. It's got wheels and it's actually covered in people. That's as bad as the video clip gets. but it's a picture of the world we live in a little snapshot view.
Every crime against humanity, every genocide, every unspeakable act of oppression and tyranny, every act of terrorism, every starving nation ignored, every drop of martyred blood, every orphan and widow abandoned, every stranger in need passed by, every deviant and perverse lifestyle, every marriage torn asunder, every word uttered in hate, every injustice, every theft, every grudge, every bitterness, every lust, every fear, every lie, every doubt, every one. Oh, the weight of the cross. Oh, the strength of the one who bears it.
I suppose there we just get a little snapshot of how broken that heart was. We're told that the sin of the world broke Jesus' heart as he died on the cross. What is it that breaks God's heart? 1, lost people. 2, sin in the world and sin in our lives. And 3, God's heart breaks for the needy. I just want you to think about the needy as you just look at this picture. It's a pair of feet. We've all got a pair of them. Feet. Tell me about those feet. What do you see? Weary and worn? I do. What else do you see? No shoes? You're right. No shoes. Pair of socks on there, aren't there? Kinda. I think they were socks once. What does that picture of feet tell us? What do we see? Live in the streets. Probably a homeless person. Yep, probably a homeless person. I have no idea who it is. It was just a Google picture. But they do tell a lot, don't they? They tell us that that person has got big needs. Now, I just want you to imagine, my little granddaughter's here. She's sleeping up the back somewhere. I'm not sure where. She's 3 months old, or a bit more. 4 months. See, I don't even know. But she's young. I just want you to imagine her feet. They're that long. They're soft. They're beautiful. And they're absolutely loved by her family. What happened here? What happened to the feet that this man has? What happened between his baby feet and the picture on the screen? Needy. God's heart breaks for needy people. Not Australia, should we care? It's not here, it's another place, far off. Does it matter? I want to tell you a little story about Blake. Blake's the tall guy in the middle. He's an American. As a young guy, Christian guy, he decided that when he got to his about 18, 19-year-old bracket, he wanted to go into some third world countries just to have a look and see what he could do to help. He went off down to South America and he got passionate about caring for others. Once you actually go in some of these trips, you do get passionate about other people, no doubt, in my mind. He went to a place in Ethiopia, and he was in Ethiopia, and he come across feet issues like this. Can you see down the bottom? It's a little bit hard to see. You'll see it better in a minute on the video. He saw feet like this. And he was just distraught. Why? He did some research and found out that it was a simple problem. The problem was that where they play soccer and games and sport is on a sandy soil that is very silica rich. And as they run on this sandy, silica rich soil, it actually punches through their skin and it actually gets up into the lymphatic system and causes this to happen to their feet. And you'll see that a little bit later. And the word, I can't even say it, but you'll see it later. It's about that long. It's a word of what the disease is. But it's absolutely curable or fixable. So he decided to do something about it. Here's a young guy, 19, 20, 21, deciding to do something different. So he simply went home, this Christian young man. He went home and he decided that he was going to start a company to help these people in Ethiopia. His company was going to be an online shoe shop. And he was going to sell you a pair of shoes, but he was going to probably charge you a bit extra. And he was going to give a pair of shoes to Ethiopia. For every pair of shoes you bought, he gave one to Ethiopia. And it just so happened that the business just went crazy. When people found out about somebody just wanting to step up and help humanity, they got in behind, as often they do. And he was just snowed under with trying to keep up. But made a huge difference in Ethiopia through one young man having a vision to help others. What can you do to help humanity? What is it that breaks God's heart? Number one, lost people. And while you're thinking of lost people, there's that spot on the wall in the prayer wall where you can actually jot down some names later of lost people or initials or whatever you like that we can pray over. 2, sin and sinners in the world and sin in our own lives. And 3, needy humanity. They are the 3 things that breaks God's heart. And I can't find any others. There may be, but I can't find any other things. This could be a shot in Carp Street, Bega. Could be. It's probably not. But I'm sure there's people in this town or Cabarga or Maria or Pambula or wherever you come from that are broken down and need support. Isaiah 1 verse 17 says, "Learn to do good, seek justice, help the oppressed, defend the cause of orphans, fight for the rights of widows." 600 years before Jesus, that was written. I want to share a video clip in a few moments. It's a song, a Christian song by Brandon Heath, a really powerful Christian singer. And this is the song, and I want to read you the words because I want you to just to get the picture of what he's saying before we actually listen to it. And he starts off, he flies around a lot and he's about to land in a plane. And that gives you the picture. Look down from the broken sky, traced out the city lights, my world from a mile high, best seat in the house tonight. And if you've ever flown a plane on a night across a big city and looking at the lights of the city, it's pretty awesome. Very surreal. Touch down on the cold black tar, hold on for the sudden stop. Breathe in the familiar shock of confusion and chaos. And if you want to see confusion and chaos, go to an airport. People go in every direction. All those people going somewhere. And then he asked the big question, why have I never cared? He sees it one day. You know what, I've seen all these people and I've never cared. I couldn't care less. All I've thought about is me. He says, why have I never cared? Give me your eyes for just 1 second. And I want you to pause for a moment there. I want you to think, if God opened your eyes for 1 second to see what he sees on planet Earth right now, would you handle it? I don't think so. But he challenges, he says, give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. Give me your love for humanity. Give me your arms for the brokenhearted, the ones that are far beyond my reach. Give me your heart for the ones forgotten. Give me your eyes so I can see. God's heart. Pretty big, huh? Give me your eyes for just 1 second. Give me your eyes so I can see everything that I keep missing. What is it that breaks God's heart? 1, lost people. 2, sin. Sin in the world and sin in each of our lives. And 3, needy humanity. Hosanna said in that song that we sing often, it says, break my heart for what breaks yours. One day I challenge you to find a busy shopping centre. Might be one in Bega, I'm not sure. Possibly in the middle, and if there's a mall type of thing. To go inside that mall and just sit down and sit in the seat in the middle and watch people. Not too out there, okay, because I don't need to know you're doing that. But just watch people. And I want you just to look at people and just see if you can pick up people that are hurting. Because I'm sure they're there, they're right around you. There's probably not a lot you can do while you're sitting there other than just watch. But it might inspire us all, myself included, to get up and help humanity. I took on the challenge once, and it was in Wall's End, little plaza there, and I sat down there, and I tell you what, it's quite hard to do. Because when you look at the people and you look at them through compassionate eyes, you start to hurt inside. And I remember seeing this little old lady coming through in a walker, you know, one of those things. She looked like the weight of the world was on her shoulders. And I think it probably was. I don't know her story. As she went past me, she was probably from here to you away. And I looked up at her and I just smiled. That's all I did. And she sort of raised her side of her face up to smile back. That was it. That was it. I wish I could have done more. I don't know what I could have done, but I just knew that she had it hard. What is it that breaks God's heart? 1, lost people. 2, sin in the world and sin in our lives. And 3, needy humanity. Are we going to allow those same things to break our heart? If we were to finish the question that we started, what is greatness? Well, I think we can all answer that.